Breaking right now. It's Sunday morning, March 22nd, 2026, and I'm sitting here looking at this, trying to make sense of it because President Trump just did something that honestly feel like a complete curveball when it comes to Iran. So first he jumped on Truth Socials and says, we're basically winding down operation like we already done enough. Iran's hurting, missions accomplished. So why are we even still sitting out there in the Strait of Hormuz? And then he says something that sounds very Trump's-like. Let's China's deal with it. Let's Europe's deal with it. Whoever actually need that oil, they should be the ones protecting it. He even say, we don't really use it like that anyway. And when you hear that, you kind of pause for a second and think, wait, is this actually a pullback? Is this him stepping away from this situation? But then, this is where it flips hard. He turns around and gives Iran 48 hours, just like that, 48 hours to fully open up the shipping lanes. Or he says we're going to obliterate their power infrastructures, not strike, not target. He uses the word obliterate, and that's a completely different tone. So now you're sitting there like, okay, what just happened? Are we stepping back? Or are we about to escalate even further? And when you look at what's going on around it, it starts to make a little more sense, but not in a comfort way. Oil prices are going crazy right now. Like seriously, they are spiking fast. Tankers are basically frozen in place. Some of them are literally sitting there, not moving. You got reports of ships burning, thick black smokes in the sky, either growing orange at night from hits and explosions. That's not normal shipping disruptions. That's conflicts bleeding into global trade. And when you look at the satellite images, it's wild. The strait isn't flowing like it should. It looks jammed up. Ship clustered together like traffic, but instead of cars, it's oil tankers sitting in a choke point. And around them, you got this pattern. Iran's positioning, control zones, or can monitor or potentially strike. So that isn't just tensions, that is controlled pressure. Then you got Trump's at the podium standing there with a map of the strait behind him, lit up red like a warning signal. And his tone is calm, but it's sharp. He says some things along these lines of, if we're asked, we'll help, but shouldn't be necessary. And right after that, he drops the ultimatum. Then you see him again, back in the Oval Office, looking at the same situation, same maps, same data, and it almost feels like he's playing this like a strategy games, like every move it meant to force reactions, and at the same time, he's going after NATO's, calling them out, basically saying they're not stepping up, like, why are we the ones doing this when other nations depend on that route? Why aren't they sending their own forces? But here's the part that doesn't line up with we're pulling back idea. We're not actually pulling back. There are more Marines moving in, more naval presence building up, carriers positioning themselves. So it's like the word says one thing, but the action says something else entirely. And Iran's not staying quiet either. They're pushing back, wanting that if this infrastructure get hit, they're going to respond directly, targeted base, expanding the conflict. So now you got this ticking clock, maybe less than 48 hours at this point, and everything is tightening. Oil futures already jumped hard overnight, double digits, and if that continues, you're going to feel it everywhere, not in just market, but at the pump, in shipping costs, in everyday prices. And when you step back and really look at it, this doesn't feel like a retreat. It feels like pressure. Like, say you're living, but raise the stakes so high that everyone else is forced to react. Allies get uncomfortable, Iran's get defensive, and suddenly the situation becomes even more unstable. And that's the parts that people needs to understand. This isn't just about one statement or one move. It's about how quickly things can shift when you mix strategies, pressures, and global energy routes all in one place. Because one miscalculations here, just one, and this doesn't stay contained, that's where things stand right now.